I chose to do commentary on a scene from Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, directed by Tim Burton and starring Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter. Now, for this scene, we have two characters. Mrs. Lovett on the right and Sweeney Todd on the left. And basically, there's a love disconnection. Mrs. Lovett feels deeply infatuated with Sweeney Todd, and he doesn't feel the mutual love for her. So the cinematographer and director really emphasize this by having a contrast of colors. It's very dark where they are. The tree is bigger than they are. And I love this part when she goes in to kiss him, but he doesn't feel anything. And if you look closely, Mrs. Lovett has a round face, and Sweeney Todd has a square face. And by creating those shapes of faces with the use of hairstyles and makeup, then we could tell the personality of each character. Mrs. Lovett has more fun-loving, crazy, kind of carefree demeanor, whereas Sweeney Todd's very dark, brooding, and very intimidating. And now we can see the movement transition from reality to Mrs. Lovett's ultimate dream. Again, color is very important. See how everything became brighter, where everything was really dark and dull. And here's Johnny Depp in his rad 1930s-esque swimsuit. And even though they're together, they're still spaced apart, and there's no intimacy in that. So up ahead, I'm going to freeze a frame right about here. And you can see that even though they're holding hands, there's still a separation between the two. And by adding this separation of space to these two contrasting characters, it really gives a sense of depth. We can get into the minds of the cinematographer and Tim Burton and really see how they were thinking of setting this scene up, where the audience can know that, okay, Mrs. Lovett is deeply infatuated with Sweeney Todd, but Sweeney Todd can care less about what she thinks of him. And this is another great part. If you can see the spacing in this clip, because I really think it's really funny. Right here. Alright, see? They're both looking at each other, but there's this immense gap in between them. Coming up here is the hilarious wedding scene. We have Mrs. Lovett looking at Todd, Todd not looking at Lovett, the priest looking at Lovett, Lovett looking at Todd, Todd not looking at Lovett, but the priest looking at Todd. And Todd is still not looking at Lovett, but he nods his head. The priest closes the book, and now you may kiss the bride. Turns around, see that gap? Round face tries to kiss square face, but round faces and square faces do not match. These are the kinds of things that the director does in order to grab our attention. And now we're back to the dull and bleakness of reality. He reaches over, tries to feel connection, but just stops touching her. And this concludes my commentary on director Tim Burton's Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street by the Sea. So you guys should watch it because it's really funny and very, very artistic. Alright, have a nice day.